Hey friends. I just made a somewhat spontaneous tattoo appointment for in 2 days. It's Sunday now. I'm gonna get it done on Tuesday? Wednesday. 2 days from now. This is the quickest I have ever gotten a tattoo appointment ever in my life. Even when I worked at a tattoo shop, it took like a week or two for someone to have availability for something bigger. And I'm gonna get a new tattoo, and I figured I would take you along. I'm getting my chest tattooed, and so far I only have this on my entire torso. Everyone always says, oh, the chest is really, really bad. I need to be a big girl and just finally get my chest tattooed, and I'm very, very excited. I don't know why I'm babbling so much. I need to share this with someone because I also haven't gotten a new tattoo in, I think, a year. I think about a year. So I'm gonna get a chest tattoo, and it's gonna be so cool. And it's from this tattooer I've been following for a long, long time, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited.
Well, switching to voiceover mode. Hello. I'm just showing you what I brought to my appointment. Starting off strong, we got the Miffy water bottle, my wallet, of course, AirPods, some snackies. This is baby food, and marzipan chocolate. This is all in my beautiful, gorgeous bag, and here I am saying goodbye to my bare chest. Halfway done. Slay. I was peeing with my tits out. Here I'm home after the appointment with my nice, gorgeous second skin. Slay, I was feeling myself. Love those pasties. Oh, and here's another close up look. The second skin was starting to peel around my armpit, so I cut that shit off that very same night because it was just pissing me off. Now, on day 2, I was starting to feel a little bit poorly. Tattoo-wise, there wasn't much of a change. I don't really get an ink sac with second skin ever. It just turns into this dry, wrinkly situation that you see here by the end of day 2, which I think is quite nice. I'm always scared that an actual ink sac, those floppy ones on TikTok with the ink sac sound, I'm always scared they're just gonna pop. I did end up replacing the second skin on my right side at this point because it was coming off in the shower, and leaving dirty shower water under your second skin on a healing tattoo would not have been very sanitary. This is day 3. The second skin was dyed by my hair dye while I was in the shower. And yep, day 3, slay girl. And you can see where I removed the bits very well here. At this point, I had taken off my second skin, and one side stayed like really sticky, like the foil came off, but the glue stayed on my skin. And there was a tiny bit that just would not come off. So I spent an insane amount of time just trying to soak it off with oil. And whenever I thought I was done and it was doing fine, I put on like a sweater over it because I was cold. And everything stuck to it. So the glue was still on there for, I think, the next day. This is the day after with the glue gone. And this is right about the time I stopped filming.
I'm sorry, I know this setup is like heinous. The angle that I'm filming this at is terrible. I feel like my phone. First of all, I'm filming with my phone because I'm too lazy to get on my camera and my microphone and then sync it all. And like my phone for these types of things, my phone is fine. But it's stacked on like 2 candles and propped up against like this little this juice box. So it doesn't fall over. Maybe I should get a tripod at one point. All right, this is my, I believe, 3rd time trying to film this outro. I'm in the middle of editing the vlog, and I am just not happy with how my first 2 attempts turned out. So here I am again. These are my final thoughts to conclude this video. Overall, I am so incredibly happy with the tattoo. I'm happy I decided to get it done. My overall tattoo experience was very good, and the tattooer was super nice. The healing went incredibly well. It was barely itchy. The only thing was the whole second skin situation, but I have heard that happens with some brands. It didn't affect healing, it didn't affect my tattoo. It was just kind of annoying in the moment. Getting it done, which is what I was most nervous about, because I know the healing process for most tattoos is pretty much the same. So I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about getting it done. And to my surprise, it really wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I've mostly seen people say the chest was the worst part they'd ever gotten tattooed. A lot of people just went straight in with numbing cream. Which brings me to my second point. I finally, after like 9 years of getting tattooed, ate the snacks that I brought. I think that did factor into the last hour or so not sucking as much. To be fair, like, it did only take, I think, like 3-4-ish hours, which is the amount of time which is about the amount of time that I'm usually fine with getting tattooed anyway. But I do think that eating my snacks, drinking my juice, surprise fucking helped make the last hour of getting tattooed not suck so much. It's always been my go-to piece of advice for people to bring snacks and bring something to drink other than water. I've just never actually done it myself, and big fucking surprise, it helps. Who would have thought? Who would have fucking thought? And I think now it's time to get into the part that I wasn't even sure I was gonna add into this video, because there are some things that I wasn't super happy with. I stopped filming like 5 days in, partially because I got sick, which, by the way, didn't majorly affect healing. I don't know if I said that, but the other reason I did stop filming about those 5 days in was because I took the Sanoderm or second skin off, and I noticed some kind of sloppy parts when my tattooer kind of went outside the lines with the shading, which I know it's like a semi realism kind of situation, so there aren't like crazy thick lines to go outside of, but there are like blood lines, some like really thin small ones, just to create like a border in some places, and she did go out of those lines. So if you look closely, I'm not going to show it, and I know tattooers are just people. I just think it should have been cleaner work. It did feel like she was rushing the second side we did. Main point, what I'm trying to say is I am happy with the tattoo. I am not happy with how rushed and sloppy some parts of the tattoo are, especially for the price I paid. I did think for the first couple of days that it was just the like ink bleeding from the second skin, and then can make it like a little bit, you know. A second thing, obviously, that I wasn't super happy about was the sticky residue that I forgot what it's called, that the second skin left. no one's fault. It could just be the way that brand reacts with my skin. I didn't get a rash, it didn't affect healing, it was just kind of annoying, and I feel like that shouldn't happen. Because if it was my first tattoo, I probably would have been kind of freaked out. But yeah, it just wasn't ideal. So the third and last thing I am kind of peeved about is that she didn't draw the design herself and didn't really tell me. And the way I found out is because my sister bought like a pack of science fiction book cover postcards, and I was looking through them because I wanted to put some of them up on my wall, and I found this. And this is the exact thing that's on my tit. I know that especially in like realism tattooing, people will just take random ass reference pictures off Pinterest and trace them, copy them, whatever, for their designs. Which, like, if it's a huge famous oil painting, it's not that big of a deal, in my opinion. If it's from wherever this is from, it does kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say it pisses me off. I just don't think it's cool to say you're going to draw something up and then just use something you found online. Especially if you don't tell your client and pretend you drew it yourself. I've been debating even putting these things into the video. I want to talk about these things because they do happen a lot, especially I feel like recently, since the tattooing industry has just completely blown up and quadrupled in size over only a couple of years. I'm not going to publicly name her. I don't want to say it's resolved because I'm still kind of pissed about it, but at the end of the day, it is a tattoo. It's under my skin. I don't have enough of an issue with like everything that went on to, you know, immediately run and get it covered, because I do like the tattoo. There's just like bits that bother me about it, you know what I mean? And I think I've covered everything now. My Realtree sweater and I are just going to go back to editing now and also to my job. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though the last probably 5 or 6 minutes of it, or 10 maybe. The last portion of it is just going to be me ranting and semi-complaining. And I hope I will see you again in the next one. I don't know why every time I end something, I need to go into this singy-songy voice. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you. Bye.